Hey everybody, Josh here with Online ADA, and in this video we're going to cover 1.3.2 of the WCAG 2.1 Accessibility Guidelines. This article is called Meaningful Sequence, and it is a Level A article. Let's jump into the description. The documentation for this article says, when the sequence in which content is presented affects its meaning, a correct reading sequence can be programmatically determined. This article is mostly in relation to the use of white space within your content to format it a certain way. And what I mean by that is, if you have a table that you're presenting to your users on your web page, it needs to be constructed inside of an HTML table element rather than just straight text that you have a bunch of spaces underneath to give your heading some space, and maybe you have just one line that has all your headers, and you have like header 1 and then a bunch of space, and then header 2, a bunch of space, and header 3, and then all your content is sort of just spaced out using extra white space. That is a no-no. You don't want to do that because the screen reader isn't going to be able to determine what sorts of relationships that content has. So if you're creating a table for the users on your website, then you want to make sure that you're using a proper HTML table element. That is the best practice. Same thing goes for lists of things. If you're going to have a list, it is not technically wrong to put your content in a list format using white space. That's actually not incorrect, but a best practice in that case would be to use a UL element and then LI elements for all the children of that list. UL standing for unordered list. OL is another option. That would be for an ordered list, and that would be another situation that we would cover in Meaningful Sequence. Ordered lists specifically are lists where, as contrary to an unordered list where you can put things in any order you want to, and that technically doesn't affect the meaning, in an ordered list, the very first thing is step 1. So if you have like a recipe and the first step is to boil water, then in your ordered list, it would affect meaning if you put that step at the bottom or somewhere in the middle. You want that to be number 1. So when that content needs to be presented in order, you use an ordered list and it has its proper place in the list. Another situation I've seen out in the field when I'm doing my audits is when people try to make a 2 or 3 column layout on their page for their text content. That's, again, not a good idea. You want to use like a layout table for that situation, and that's going to give the proper relationship between the content and read it off to the screen reader. So that's pretty much it for 1.3.2. Thanks for joining me in this video, and I'll see you in the next.